What is up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. So today I'm going to be going over what exactly I think should happen in The Flash's final episodes. So yeah, guys, I'm just going to go by episode for, the episodes that we have left in the season and just tell you guys, how I think each one of them should go. Of course, starting with episode 9. Now guys, episode 9 we did already get a trailer for, and we basically know everything that's going to be happening. Of course, we're going to get Wally's return. Oliver Queen's going to be quote-unquote revived. I do think they will go the route with Oliver Queen of saying that he's only allowed to be alive or back on Earth for a certain time until he has to go back into Purgatory or the Afterlife, wherever he is. And then, of course, Diggle's going to be returning as well. It's going to be a big Arrowverse team-up, probably the last Arrowverse crossover team-up type deal, and of course, they're going to be facing Bloodwork, who's going to be the main villain of the episode, who at one point will take over Wally and turn him into, I guess, Dark Kid Flash, which will be pretty interesting to see. But yeah, that's basically all we already know everything that's going to be happening for episode 9. So yeah, there's that right there. Now guys, for episode 10, we did get these set photos here, which do appear to be in the past. Like, it looks like Barry's going to be time traveling here. It looks like it's going to be around the year 2000 or so, just based off, what the cars look like and whatnot. But yeah, nonetheless, Henry and Nora Allen are going to be returning in this episode. And in this scene here, Henry, or Barry, I guess, will most likely come out of a portal. And then Henry and Nora will go and check on him to, make sure he's all right and whatnot. So this episode right here, I have being a very emotional episode. I want this to be a big just episode with Barry and his parents. I think that should be the main focus, because obviously we haven't really had a lot of that since like season 2 or 3. So a big Barry and his parents episode would be just great to see. Now, something else I'd really like to see in this episode, well, a couple of other things, the first one would be Barry learning that he still has to go back in time to save his younger self. I mean, obviously there's been so many timeline changes on the Flash, and if you really thought about it, does it make sense? I don't know. I don't know if that would make sense, but I think just for fan service, just what the fans want to see, I think teasing that would be perfect right here. Just Barry finding out that he still has to do what he thought he avoided. He still has to go back in time with the Reverse Flash and prevent him from killing his younger self. And meanwhile, so that should be the main storyline, right? Barry in the year 2000, getting to know his parents and whatnot. But the little side storyline should be the Cobalt Blue stuff starting up. So like his origin, like who he is, like whether he's Eddie Thawne or Malcolm Thawne, like how he came to be, all that stuff I think should be happening in episode 10. So guys, on to episode 11, and I think this one should be a really big Cobalt Blue focused episode. We do have these set photos here which show whoever that is. It could be Eddie Thawne, it could be Malcolm Thawne, digging up a grave. And now obviously we also see this Thawne, or this grave right here, that does say Edward Thawne, obviously meaning Eddie Thawne. So obviously Eddie Thawne's going to play into it somehow. Is this character here Eddie Thawne, or is this going to be Malcolm Thawne? We should find that out in this episode if we don't already find that out in episode 10. But yeah, I think this one should just be a big Cobalt Blue focused episode. If they don't finish up the origin story in episode 10, then episode 11 is a great time to finish that up. And I'm thinking maybe towards the middle or the end of the episode we could see Barry's first fight with Cobalt Blue. I think that would be pretty cool. And yeah, we would also figure out maybe what Cobalt Blue's master plan might be, which in my opinion I think is going to be bringing back all these other speedsters like we see in the set photos for the finale with Cobalt Blue standing next to like Zoom, Reverse Flash, Savitar, all these different characters. I think we should find out that is going to be his master plan in episode 11. Now guys, for episode 12, if they actually did what I have planned here, it would probably be my favorite episode of The Flash ever. Now, for episode 12, I think it should be really Reverse Flash focused, and specifically the OG Reverse Flash focused, or, Matt Letcher's Reverse Flash focused, as he was obviously confirmed to return. The rumor is he's only going to be in one episode, and a lot of people think it's going to be episode 12, so I took that and put it into this video. So basically, what I think should happen in this episode, episode 12, I think they should pay off episode 10, with Barry figuring out that he still has to time travel back and save his younger self. I think that should all happen in this episode. So for whatever reason, this Matt Letcher version, or original Eobard Thawne version of Reverse Flash returns and then gets in a fight with Barry. We still have that sort of like the original newspaper article describing potential Reverse Flash versus the Flash finale, and that would basically be the whole episode until the end of the episode. So yeah, in this episode I would really like to see them have a huge just like Matt Letcher, Grant Gustin episode with basically just those two are the only ones who have lines. I think that would be awesome. And then, you know, just seeing, you know, what really happened that night in the perspective of, you know, Barry that's actually going back back in time to save his younger self. I think seeing that would be absolutely awesome. So yeah, so a little bit of season 1 homage in this episode right here I think would be great. Or alternatively, in this episode, they could also do like the first half of it being a Reverse Flash origin story. Of course, we've all wanted to see that. And then after that, they would do, you know, the whole storyline of Barry and Thawne going back in time to that night where Barry would eventually save his younger self. Except this time, Thawne would still get stuck in the year 2000 to preserve the timeline. Obviously, that version of Thawne gets stuck in 2000. He would eventually go on to become the season 1 version of Reverse Flash. And then this time, instead of you know, this would not be the original timeline Flash. This would be our Barry, and instead of him just like disappearing or whatever happened to him, our Barry would just simply time travel back to the present. That's all that would happen. And then at the end of episode 12, as like a cliffhanger for the finale, we would see Cobalt Blue using the blue crystal to revive all these speedsters and, you know, fulfilling his master plan, like reviving Savitar, Godspeed, Zoom, all those characters, and then, yeah, getting ready for the finale. And finally, we move on to the finale of the show and the season, episode 13. Now, this should obviously wrap up the Cobalt Blue stuff. All these villains should be defeated somehow. The fight doesn't look fair at all. It's all these speedsters versus, like, Barry, Nora, and then, like Chillblaine. I mean, this just doesn't look like a fair fight, but nonetheless, obviously these characters are going to be defeated. You know, obviously, I mean, like Godspeed, Savitar, Cobalt Blue, all those characters will be defeated, and it'll have a happy ending. Obviously, we know that just because Eric Wallace said it would have a happy ending. Now, a couple of things that I think should happen. I think, you know, this final fight should be really well planned out, right? It should be really well choreographed, and there should actually be speed. There should be super speed used in this. It shouldn't just be like characters throwing lightning at each other. There should actually be running up and down the city. I think that would be awesome. So yeah, they should actually have that and actually have it be a really good fight. Now, obviously, there's probably going to be a great scene between Barry and Iris to, you know, sort of like, I mean, toward the end of the episode, I wouldn't have it be the last scene, but there's going to be a great episode or a great scene between Barry and Iris. Maybe we also see like a montage of like the best moments of the show, like with Barry like remembering, like, you know, all the things that have happened for, you know, for Team Flash. Maybe we also see Star Labs become the Flash Museum. I think that would be pretty cool. And then lastly, what I think the last scene should be, it should just be like Barry like maybe running in the Speed Force or, you know, in the city, and then we also like have a little homage to season 1 once again with like the "My name is Barry Allen and I'm the fastest man alive" like sound happening while Barry's running through the city, and then that should like end the show right there. I think that would be, you know, my personal perfect ending to The Flash as a show. And then, of course, there should also be some other returning characters, like Cisco should make some type of appearance. Maybe Timeless Wells should return because, let's be honest, Tom Cavanaugh's a fantastic actor. They've got to bring him back in, you know, some other form besides the Reverse Flash. But yeah, I think if, you know, at least some of that happened, it would be really cool to see. But yeah, that's just my perfect season 9 ending, I guess. But anyways, I'd say that's about it, guys. Thanks for watching. Make sure to comment your thoughts on this video down below, as well as your own opinions. What do you guys want to happen in the final few episodes of The Flash? And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.